Alright, we're here with the 5-round sealed league. This is deck building. First thing I like to do is I like to hide the basics because nobody wants those. Next, I like to sort things by color because good decks have good cards, and you want to make sure that you're spending your time wisely. Open probably the best card in the format, Reckoner Bank Buster there. Feeling good about this one. So what I like to do at the start is to cut medium minus cards. This probably doesn't do anything, right? I don't think it does anything. It's a lot of synthesizers, but not a whole lot going on here in red. I'm pretty unlikely to be red. I find it pretty hard to use the debt to the accommodating real effect. There's a lot of tokens in the format, so. Wow, our blue is bad again. Yikes. That's a yikes. Well, we have a Reckoner Bank Buster. You should probably go to where your removal is, and my removal is likely in black. We have 2.5 terminates here. My white actually only has 1. I guess 1.5. My green has 1. But we also have Katose. What is our dual land situation? Non-existent. Great. Okay. We have 3 in red. Although I hesitate to call them terminates. But I guess with 3 synthesizers, maybe these things are terminates. So then you can't do this when it's a prelim or a PTQ, but on leagues you can just make a bunch of copies of all your playable decks. So like you just have all these piles of playable cards, and you can start sorting it by color combination. I'm thinking like maybe green, black, blue. Let's try that for now. This doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. Debt to the Kami gets a little bit better when I have Toshiro Umezawa. This Shintai is pretty bad. The Shintai is pretty bad. I do have a lethal exploit. Maybe worth it at that point. Virus Beetle just like as a random creature, I'm not a huge fan of. Unless he has some ninjutsu, which I've got a couple of coiling stalkers, but is there another blue card I can play? Replication Specialist. Do I have any artifacts besides this one? Not really. Virus Beetle. These are the artifacts that I'd want. Yeah, all these things are blue. All these blue cards are artifacts. Containment construct, does that work? Does that do anything for me? No. Splash the beholds with 2 grafted growths. Seems ambitious. Maybe if I had some of the 1 green, look at the top 4 for an enchantment. Maybe if I had some of those, but this doesn't look too bad. What else can we look at? I mean, there's a case to be made to maybe have white as the splash. You get like, we get these in white. We have 2 spirited companions. Can we do anything with those? Not really. We don't have any of the 4 mana 4/3s that bounce them. Could probably get one of these. The Dockside Chef we don't really need, although we have some garbage creatures to sacrifice. We don't really need it though. We do have some large creatures. The Boon and Bosaishu might be okay. We have a lot of menace cards and we do some chip damage. We have a lot of chip damage. I don't think we need both Reckoner's Bargain and Dockside Chef. Probably go for maybe a Debt to the Kami. I actually am somewhat incentivized to be playing an artifact because of Soul Transfer. So maybe I should be playing the Beetle. Playing the Beetle instead of something. Only have 4 artifacts. Maybe 4 1/4. I don't know. Maybe this will hit an artifact. Doubt it. I can't really get an enemy artifact in the graveyard. I guess Season of Renewal's kind of bad in this deck. I don't really have anything to do with it. It's going to basically get back and keep a Reckoner raid every time. Maybe just take out a Debt to the Kami then. Oh, the Shrine is just there as an enchantment creature. It's not a... Yeah. Alright, what about... Can we look at something else? What else can we look at? Um, gosh, we can't really get anything else done, can we? This invoke calamity, 2 instances mana value 6 or less, just can't, doesn't even do anything. I mean, it gets like soul transfer plus fade into antiquity. What is the next best thing? Is it just white, blue, black? That's probably the next best thing. So we have 2 dual lands. None of the right cards really do anything though. Maybe we look at red, black, something. I don't think Clawing Torment's good in any deck. Probably don't need Dockside Chef when I've got all these. I got other stuff going on. This is a low to the ground deck. It does have some removal spells. Question is, do I play Invoke Calamity in this deck? I think if I had like one more good spell, like I guess the Debt to the Commies actually may make it the Invoke Calamity worth doing. Or these Reckoner Shakedowns or Kaito Pursuits. Invoke Calamitying those cards doesn't seem that bad to me at all. Although this produces only black, right? It doesn't produce mana of any color. That's too bad. This would be more reasonable if I had some black-red duels to justify getting onto it, but... This deck is really low to the ground. But you can't channel off of the experimental synthesizer. I don't know how good Tempered and Solitude is when you already have 3 synthesizers. But maybe that's just a plan of drawing your whole deck. The Soul Transfer is definitely really good in this deck. Oh, I need enchantments. I have 3 enchantments. So the limiting factor here seems to be enchantments. But I think, isn't Reckoner's Bargain with Experimental Synthesizer just way better? Oh, this is an enchantment. Wish I could make I guess this makes a treasure. Forgot about that. Is this could be in an Invoke Calamity deck if I play all these 3 mana instants and sorceries. I still have to cut 2 more cards from this deck though. The ones I just added would be the ones. Like maybe, I mean, I guess I just cut these, but this deck doesn't seem better than, I don't know if it seems better than this one. It certainly looks like it might be a lot faster. But this deck is pretty low to the ground too, so yeah, this deck is not exactly slow. What does white-red look like? Pretty sure white-red is just unspeakably bad. I haven't even cut any cards yet. This seems suspicious. This seems very suspicious. These Spirit Companions aren't even that good here. They don't really do much. They don't basically do anything. I mean, they might be better than Era of Enlightenment, but I guess there's this thing we can play. The Banishing Slash is pretty good. I mean, that's what the Spirited Companions do. This deck looks okay. I probably have to cut one more card, but this deck looks okay. I just don't think it's. I don't think it's better than my green black deck. The question is like, why am I green? It's just basically Kura. If I didn't have Kura, would I even consider green? No. And Kura's is not even that good. Just die whenever it dies, you get like a 5/5 or a 6/6. But the body itself is just not even good. Just a 5-mana 4/4. I mean, it has these 2/1s, but the 2/1s aren't amazing. I'd rather play red or something, but we don't have an Esper deck, do we? Let's see. Why are we white? Repel the Vial. Lion Slash, Repel the Vial. Not very good. What if we cut white? We have these ninjutsu enablers, but no ninjas, so kind of depressing. All these 5/5, all these and all these, but no ninjas to speak of. And this thing. If I had ninjas, the blue black would be where it's at. I just don't have any. It gets between red black and green black. You can't ninjutsu off this experimental synthesizer either. Do we want this Asari Captain? For my synthesizers to be massive? Probably not. What is this? Goblin Archer. If we play Katose in this, it's probably you can probably do it, right? Only need one island for this. One island, Uncharted Haven, and then the treasure from this. The problem with Katose is that my Terminates Exile, my 2 Terminates Exile. So my only card that actually kills something is Twisted Embrace. This Twisted Embrace or kicking a Voltage Surge. So I don't know how a card is going to get into my opponent's graveyard. It sucks. It just sucks so much he's 2 exile. Maybe I don't. I kind of want to play this. It's pretty good with Soul Transfer getting it back too. I don't need to play this. If you keep on feeling that like I should try to make an Invoke Calamity deck, but I think I would need one more dual land to make it happen. Kitakami, I think you're underestimating what Synthesizer does.